Hello again and welcome back to my channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Prop Up & Co. And on to round 6 of our Scirocco GR4 Sunday Championship. So this is the start of the Enduros. No more of those two race or double race sprints. We're all the way through now Enduros until the final round. So this next round, round 6, as I say, is here in the US of A. At Trial Mountain Circuit, 15 corners, a 2.6 mile anti-clockwise circuit. Used to be 2.4 miles actually, but when they brought it out on the GT7 game, actually just extended it a little bit to make it a 2.6 mile. I think they just extended the straight and a couple of another area somewhere. Can't think exactly where it was, but now a 2.6 mile circuit, located in the Sierra Nevada mountains on the west side of the country, and features blind corners, 3 tunnels, a long uphill back straight, and fast compound corners, and also considered by many to be one of the easiest circuits on the game, although maybe not for all of us, but certainly by many it is one of the easiest circuits there is. So I won't go through the points this round. I will bring it to you at the start of the next round, the next Enduro, or the second of the Enduros. That I think it's Fuji. I might be wrong there, but I think it might be Fuji. But anyway, wherever it is, I'll give you the point situation going into that one then. So here we are, beautiful day. Not expecting any change of weather. This might run on to a little bit later in the day, but it will remain dry. So here we go then. Let's take you through the grid then. And from the start, we've got Tiddy Milk on pole position. We've got AD in second, Bandit in third, Rick in fourth. Now, I believe Rick has a stop and go penalty that he's got to take. I'm not too sure. I think it's in the first 3 laps of the race, but he has got a stop and go that he's got to do at some point during this race. And talking of talking of sort of regulations, with the tyre situation is that it's all 3 compounds have got to be used or got to be run for a minimum of 3 laps. So you can have as many stops as you like as long as you run all 3 compounds. So as I say, Rick in fourth, got Pablo in fifth, Colesberg in sixth, Ginger in seventh, Love Rocket Rods in eighth, Smith in ninth, Firepower in 10th, and DB in 11th. So 11 cars. So a little bit shorter than usual, but still going to be a good turnout. But it's going to be 24 laps around here. Want another long hold? Seems to be a lot of long holds lately, certainly in this championship anyway. Sticking buttons as we see Colesberg. I think that he's trying to go up the inside of Rick already, coming into turn 1. I think he might have already got that place. He has up to 5th place. Now this turns 1 and 2, very tricky through here. Got to be really careful not to bring it out too wide. The exit's got to be perfect. It looks like they've all got through okay though. Yep, everyone through nicely. To this next left-hander, which is at 4. And then into this right-hander now. There's Bandit being chased down or being passed by Pablo up the inside. Pablo, does he get that done? He does, I think, but he's going to be on the outside. I'm sure the Bandit's going to kick that 3rd place. He does. Now this another tricky circuit. You can use all of that yellow paint on the inside into the entry of this long back straight now through the tunnel. Just shy of a mile long, this one. From start to finish as they go up the hill, then back down the other end, or down the other side now, into this fast turn 9. So Tiddy is still leading 8 in second. Then Bandit in third, Pablo in fourth. Love Rocket Rods going very wide. Love Rocket Rods, but stays in 5th place. And then we've got Smith taking a very tight line through there. Colesberg to 7th. Then we've got Rick in 8th. Remember, we'll keep an eye on Rick for his stop and go that he's got to take now. So let's go through from the leaders as we see AD lining up a move on Tiddy Milk now down here at the chicane. Turn 14 and 15. This is an opportunity, but Tiddy's going to have that covered. That's going to be on the inside, going through the second part of that chicane and up the start finish to end lap 1. But I think AD might just have the lead now. It's just grabbing it. Got a better drive through that exit of the final corner. Got himself into the lead up to turn 1 now. So AD it is who leads this race. Let's go through them tyres. Actually, I didn't go through them, did I? So soft for AD. We've got Chitty Milk on the mediums. Pablo in third on the mediums. With Bandit on the hard tyres. Love Rocket Rods on the softs. 5th place. All sorts of things going on here. Oh, that's, I don't know what happened there. Kind of, I think Pablo was trying to get past Bandit. He's looking every way to try and get past him, but didn't manage it so far as Pablo, although he's going to have another little look up here on the inside. Exact repeat of what happened in lap 1, but he's going to be on the outside now, going into the left-hander entry into the tunnel. He doesn't get that done, so now obviously a slipstream section this, as we see Pablo using all he can there up to the side of the Bandit. Down now to turn 9. Still AD and Tiddy Milk 1 and 2. And Pablo does get that done. Does he run it wide, or does he keep it nice and tight through there for Pablo? So up to third he goes. So where were we? Rocket Rogers on the soft, wasn't he? Smith is on the softs. Carlsberg also on the softs. We've got Ginger there in 8th place on the hards. DB in 9th on the mediums. Firepower in 10th on the hard tyres. Rick in 11th on the hards, and he's some way back, so he's obviously been in and done his stop and go, which is why he's so far back. So at least he's got that out of the way. He's still got that 40 indicator, hasn't he? That was going last time. They still haven't fixed that, but it's not really stopping his progress, is it? So we'll see how he goes on as he's on those hard tyres, getting them out nice and early out of the way. But AD then filling a gap now on Tiddy Milk up top. Tiddy opting for those medium tyres to start with. Soft tyres, I'm not sure how many laps you're going to get out of them soft tyres, these cars. I would edge a bet of around maybe, well, it depends I suppose how you treat them, but second for Tiddy Milk, I would say probably maybe laps 7, 8 laps out of a soft tyre maybe on these cars. We'll see. Tiddy Milk with a second now. I'm not sure where you get a second penalty out. Probably at the start actually. Probably straight line turns 2 and 3, or 1 and 2, sorry. So Bandit then in 4th place. Pablo now in 3rd. Remember, Pablo's had a great last couple of rounds. Got 4 maximum points. He's had 3 victories on the row now for Pablo. He'll be looking for a 4th here. This long enduro. Why not, eh? Why can't it be done? We'll see. Bandit in 4th then. Love Rocket Rods looks like he's putting some pressure on at the back of Bandit, and in fact might get this up the outside, although it does close in a little bit now. Kind of like an S kind of bend there through turns 10, 11 and a 12. Down that hill now into 13. So Love Rocket Rods trying his best to get past Bandit, but he can't do it yet. Oh, and there's a little bit of coming together, and actually, oh, that was a bit. Now, was someone trying to go in the pit lane now? What happened there? That was a bit of a coming together. I think they were trying to get in. I think Bandit trying to come across to go into pit lane, but Love Rocket Rods was there. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Couldn't really see it from that camera, could we? Let's go back on board with Love Rocket Rods actually and see. So he's on the outside of Bandit here. Now I'm sure he tries to switch back. Love Rockets probably wasn't aware that he was trying to come back in and pit lane. Bandit, he is pushing him there, and he's exactly what happened there. He was just in the wrong place. Obviously, there wasn't a clue given there that he was coming in. Otherwise, Love Rocket Rods would never have got himself caught up on the inside there. So that's dropped him back a couple of spots, allowed Smith and Carlsberg to go through. Excuse me. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate that. As I say, it's a very difficult one because you're coming around the left-hander. You've then got to shoot across to, or stay to the left, even though it automatically throws you out to the right to get into pit lane and to avoid getting any penalties for crossing that pit lane. line. So yeah, just a bit unfortunate that one. Not much a Rocket Rods or the Bandit could have done about that. So 5th place for Love, so 6th for Love Rocket Rods. Now picked up half a second through turns 1 and 2. But looks like got a bit of pace. He's got on those soft tyres, that's why. But he just seems to be getting held up a little bit. I think he's trying his best to try and get as far away as he possibly can on those soft tyres, but trying to get past the Bandit, obviously got caught up in a little bit of mess there. And now he's with these two that got through, he's got his got to try and get past these. And these are both on softs as well, so not going to be a lot in any of these cars in terms of pace. So he's going to have to sit there, I think, as we see Carlsberg attacking Smith down into turn 9. Carlsberg's going to have that inside line, but can he get it? Can he keep it there on the inside, or is he going to run it wide? Smith's going to have a look for the little cutback. He can work, and he does get that 4th, but it's just whose nose can be in front. Yeah, he managed to go around the outside. Carlsberg weren't having none of that. This is early in the race. Don't want to start getting caught up in any mess. 4 laps in, so that's all the same. Then we've got Ginger in 7th place, ahead of DB in 8th. Sorry, get me numbers all mixed up today. Ginger runs it off again, easily done there, just applying that power a little bit too early. Won't get anything, no penalties for doing that. DB in 8th place. Firepower's now in. He's coming in for his stop. He's run his minimum amount on those hard tyres. And then Rick is up to 10th. And what happened to Bandit? Why is he back in 11th? Or has he been in? Oh, he must have been in. So we missed him come in. Oh, he did come in. That was when, yeah, of course, when Love Rocket had that collision with him. So yeah, these 3 here then. Rick's just come in. Firepower's in. Bandit's been in. So a few of them now already on their first stops. Now there could be 2 stops here. There could be some 3 stoppers as well, depending on how their tyres and fuel go. But so all sorts of strategies for these drivers. A lot of fuel saving, I'd imagine, as well. But at the moment, 80 has got a magnificent gap. Look at this for a gap. He's up through the tunnel section now on the back straight. 2nd place, Tiddy Milk was just going into it. Those medium tyres with Pablo caught right up as well in 3rd. So it's now a battle for 2nd and 3rd places, and Pablo looking to get a little bit of help from Tiddy ahead of him. I think 80's gone now. You can forget about him for the time being. It's all about what they can do here and now, and Tiddy has now got a whole lot of pressure from behind for Pablo. And, well, both medium tyres, so neither of them will be looking to come in yet. They'll run as far as they possibly can on these, fuel dependent. And Pablo with a good setup now, took that tighter line through turn 13 down into 14 and 15 and gets it done. Good move from Pablo. That was great setup through turn 13. Good exit. There's nothing that Tiddy Milk could have done about that. So up to 2nd he comes, and here is our winner on the last couple of rounds. So he's on a charge again, is Pablo. But Tiddy looks quick as well, and you can't really go to a side through here. That's going to end up with a collision for sure. And that's exactly what happened, but he did acknowledge it and just backed off. But yeah, that can't really go through there, if I'm honest, side by side. He does try and have a go up the inside, does Tiddy Milk, but there's never room there for 2 because it just closes in so narrow through there. There was a little touch. He backed off. Pablo remains in 2nd, but that has now allowed Love Rocket, who's got himself up to 4th place, to now get right up behind these 2. So Love Rocket Rods is now in the mix for the podium, with Smith behind him and Carlsberg in 6th place. But Love Rocket Rods, let's see what he can do. Can he get himself on the back of these cars going through the back straight now? He is on those softs, remember. The guys ahead of him on mediums. Oh, that's a big hit from Tiddy Milk, and that's going to help Love Rocket Rods out. Going to slow Tiddy Milk right down. That actually wasn't as bad as what it looked actually at first, but it's certainly going to allow Love Rocket to just fly by, take that third place from him eventually. So he's going to stay there as Love Rocket, so didn't actually get it done, but that has allowed Pablo to just sneak away a little bit, and it's also allowed Smith to join the party. So Smith is now there with Colesberg not too far behind. So 3rd to 6th place here. Good little battles these, all close. So Tiddy, Love Rocket, half a second for Love Rocket. Then we've got Smith and Colesberg into turn 14 now, and a quick switch to the right hand of 15, and then up the start and finish straight. So these are all close. Then we've got Ginger being hassled from DB, 7th and 8th place. Bandit has got himself to 9th. He's come strong the last couple of races, hasn't he? So we'll see what happens if he can be strong at the back part of this Enduro. Then we've got Firepower in 10th, with Rick, who's still in 11th place and still a long way behind. In fact, I think he's come in again to do his stops, and not only did he have his stop and go, he's also come in and changed tyres onto the mediums. I think he was on the softs, wasn't he, originally when he first started. So yeah, I think well, it's just one of those races when you're getting a stop and go early on, it's kind of, that's that really. You're just going to have to take your medicine and move on to the next round really. But AD still hasn't stopped, still on those soft tyres. Front right's becoming a little bit worse for wear. Fuel is fine, so actually at the moment fuel's looking okay. It's a shame we can't see how much they've actually got as he runs it wide through between 12 and 13. Around 13 he comes now down that hill past the pit lane entry into 14 and 15 now. Holds that fastest lap as well, a 2:020, so a 2:02 dead pretty much. Out the other side of turn 15 to start lap 8. Let's get another fastest lap. No, he doesn't. Somewhere off that, a couple of seconds actually. That's probably the tyres is just slowing him down a little bit. Pablo, we know, is in second, but look at Pablo go. He's really left Tiddy for dead now, and he's on the charge. He's trying to chase down AD. He's still got a long way to go before he gets to the back of him, but he can do some clean laps, and he's got better tyres than AD. He could catch him right up. Smith got wide there. Tiddy, I should say, goes really wide there. Another area where that's easily done because you're coming through turns 1 and 2 very quick, going into 3, and you're just letting it kind of roll around there. But if you don't do it properly, you're grass bound. That's exactly what happened there for Tiddy. Then we've got Smith in 4th, Colesberg in 5th, Love Rocket in 6th. They're all the same, just spread out a little bit. I think that's because Love Rocket had that half a second that he's at the takeoff, which is why he's dropped a couple of cars lengths behind Colesberg now. But his tyres are looking worse for wear. I would think it will probably be in at the end of this lap, Love Rocket. Possibly Colesberg as well. But Love Rocket there in 6th place. And the hill and into this sweeping left-hander. Seems to go on forever up the other side through this little S kind of bend here, which is turns 10, 11 and 12, and into down the hill into 13. And a little slope. Again, that's quite steep there. Now, yeah, I thought Love Rocket will be in with his tyres the way they are, and actually I think Colesberg's in as well, so I was right. Colesberg, I think Smith stayed out, but Colesberg and Love Rocket are both in. That's going to push Ginger up to 5th place. He crosses the line. 7th currently. Still running those hard tyres, so he's going to have a few laps on those hard tyres. So there you go, up to 5th, DB to 6th now. Start lap 9. Power coming through. 14 and 15. Will he grab a couple of spots here as well? He's been in, changed and come out on the soft tyres for his 2nd stint. He does go up to 9th place, or does he? Where are the others? Colesberg's just exiting pit lane now, just ahead with Love Rocket there as well, and there's Firepower. So these are going to be close coming through turns 1 and 2. When I think Love Rocket actually just waited for Firepower, which is was the correct thing. Now, what happened to Love Rocket earlier when you don't go through there to a side, and he knows that anyway. He's an experienced driver, so he just waited, let the faster car go through, and comes out in 10th position. So we go back to our leader. I'm just see if he's going to pop into the pit lane now and see to change his tyres. He may decide that he's going to chance it on another lap, but I think he's just pulling over to the left. Yeah, no, it's time for him to come in. So 9 laps in, so 1 more lap than what I said. Thought it might be 7 or 8. Pablo, well, he won't go in because he's on the medium tyres, and he's going to pass 80, and he's going to take the lead in this race here at Trial Mountain. So into the lead he goes. And gets his personal best of 2:02.4. So he is about 4/10 off that fastest lap of AIDS. So just a little bit of improvement, although he done that on soft tyres, didn't he? So mediums not going to be quite as quick as that. Ginger's in as well. Aid's just come out in 5th place. Sometimes call him Aidy and sometimes he's Aid. I don't actually know what it is. He's probably Aidy, if I'm honest, but sounds better than Aid, doesn't it? So we'll call him Aidy. So Pablo then in the lead. Tiddy Milk still in 2nd. 3rd now for Smith. Good race from Smith. He might be in this time around, possibly. Then DB in 4th, probably the highest we've seen DB so far in this championship. So maybe he's prefers the Enduros. Now, I know it's a lot to do with the guys coming in, and I think he's still got to come in as well himself, but he's in 4th place, 10 laps in. It's a good place to be. There is AD in 5th place, Bandit in 6th. In 7th, Firepower 8th, Love Rocket Rods in 9th, and another penalty for Love Rocket Rods. He's getting quite a few of them today. Maybe just pushing it a bit too hard through turns 1 and 2. I'm assuming that's where we got it. It's kind of the obvious place. Ginger now trying to get past Love Rocket. Love Rocket on those hard tyres. Not the best round here. I found it in the GR3 car as well. They weren't the best tyre, hard tyres. So maybe he's just finding it a little bit more difficult. But you've got to run them. So got to get him out of the way as Ginger looks to have a go. No. These two guys know each other very well. As we see Bandit come in. Both long-term URL drivers. Oh, I might happen to Love Rocket. I think he hit the wall there. Must have. That was the penalty, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what that is. Because I thought I saw Ginger go past and I thought that was an easy pass. So I thought he might have just clipped that wall, but it's because the penalty zone is there, and there's the pass. So 8th now for Love Rocket as he goes past both DB and Bandit in pit lane. So he's got himself 8th place. Firepower. Been watching him, have we? And he's got himself up to 6th place now. Firepower. So good at the moment from him. Quite halfway through this race yet. All sorts of things could still happen here. Very early days in this race, so don't really look at what's happening at the moment because things will change. Remember, they've all got another stop to make, so all sorts of dramas could still unfold. So we see Ginger now trying to get onto the back of Firepower and use a bit of his draft. Looks like he's working. Just come into effect now. Now does he have a go down here at 13? Sorry, at 9. And into the corner they go, and a good pass from Ginger up the inside. Easy in the end. Firepower giving loads of space there. So up to 6th goes Ginger. And those relatively new looking medium compound tyres. Firepower on the softs, but they're about half used now. Not quite as much grip on them as they did. They were green. There's Love Rocket in 8th then. We've got DB in 9th. Remember, he's come in and gone out. He's come out on them hard tyres. Then we've got Bandit, who's also come in and out on the softs in 10th, and then Rick still recovering in 11th. People will probably be watching this thinking, now he's got his hazard lights on, so not only used to be one, it was one indicator, and now he's got both. He's got the hazard lights going now, so maybe there is some kind of fault there, but yeah, some people are going to be watching this thinking, what's the point of Rick keep going? He's so far back, he's not going to get anything in this race. But there's 11 drivers here in this race. Even if you pick up 11th place, it's still points at the end of the day, isn't it? And that's all you've got to look at, really. Yes, it's not as many as the guys ahead of you, but it's still points, and you never know, those points that you get may be crucial at the end of the championship. Still a long way to go, as we know. So yeah, there's no point in giving up, which he won't, of course. There's Pablo then, down into 13. Looking comfortable, Pablo. Who's next up is Tiddy. His tyres are looking a little bit worse for wear now, in 2nd place, but he's pretty spaced out between Pablo, Tiddy, is it now actually, just as I said that, and Aid in 3rd. So that Aid will grab 2nd here. He's recently come in and come out on those mediums, so it'll be 2nd place for AD. So Tiddy Milk might actually come back out in 3rd place, so he may only just lose that 1 place to AD. He's gone board with AD actually. This is a lap of trial mounted because of the gap behind Tiddy Milk. Might be okay, so this is it then. We cross the line, so here's a lap of trial mountain now on board with 80 in 2nd place, so staying over to the right hand side now. A little lift through here. Now some people might drop it down, but 80 stays in 5th. Just let it float through there. You will almost fly through that 2nd part. Just cut that inside corner now, let it run out. This is where I'm saying you can run it out onto that grass easily. Now down to about 3rd or 2nd or 3rd gear here for this left hander. To 4, now 5. Through 6 and 7. Keeping it as tight as you can, you will automatically get pushed out to that left-hand side and now nice and tight, using all this yellow paintwork on the inside. Let it run out, almost hitting the outside wall into the tunnel. Now along this really long back straight, right up the gearbox now, down the other side, and then into 9. No one behind him, he's got no one in front of him. Clear circuit. Hard on the brakes here, possibly down to second or third again, through 9. Up into this section now, 10, 11 and 12. There's 10, there's 11, here's 12. Keeping it as tight because you can run it out wide here as well, and you can hit that little bit of a verge. Down the hill now into 13. Again, got the camber there as you turn it coming round out of 13. Down the hill now into 14, into the quick chicane. So 14, then quickly into 15. So tight here. Little bit of power. Now full power out the other side. That is your lap of trial mountain. So he remains in second, of course, from Pablo in first. Carlsberg is in third now. So actually he did grab third from Tiddy Milk while he was in pit lane, but there's Tiddy right behind him. So Tiddy did come out in fourth. He's on those hard tyres now, trying to chase down Carlsberg on the mediums. You've got Smith, Love Rocket in. A few cars are in there as well. Tiddy Milk trying to get past Carlsberg here to try and regain that third place that he had. Carlsberg will slightly more grip on those medium tyres. Some drivers, of course, will prefer the hards. I mean, I didn't like them personally, and some drivers won't get on with them around certain circuits. They're not great round here, in my opinion, but there'll be other drivers that may prefer the hards over the other compounds. Softs are okay, but they just don't last. Obviously, mediums are mediums, so Tiddy's trying all he can on those hard tyres, but you can see he's just putting away a little bit. Carlsberg on this back straight to stay in third. Then we've got Ginger in fifth, so good show from Ginger this into fifth place now after, 14 laps. So just over halfway now through the first of our Enduros stateside. Through 10, 11 and 12 now. Then Bandit in sixth place. He's pushing hard. Bandit, but can't make any inroads on Ginger yet. Then DB in seventh. As I say, probably best shown of DB so far. Seventh there. Then we got Smith just dropping back a little bit. Smith, but obviously these guys have been in now and had their second stops. So 8 for Smith. Then Love Rocket Rods in 9th on the mediums. In fact, both of these are on the medium tyres. But we've got Firepower behind them, also on the medium. So we've got 3 guys that have all been in at the same time and come out on the same compound as we see Smith. Oh, I thought Smith just run it a little bit wide there, but he didn't. Love Rocket Rods. Now, what sort of exit does he get here? Can he make a move on Smith? It looks like he's lining it up, but he's going to be on the outside unless he can get the pass done before they get to turn 1, but it's going to be neck and neck, and I think Smith's just edging it. He's going to have to back off a little bit, Love Rocket. He won't go around the outside there. So, we're better through turn 2 there from Love Rocket down. He's still trying to chase Smith. Does he go around the outside? If you can get yourself on the outside here, you'll be on the inside. Going into 7. But no, couldn't get it done. He's trying the outside though, but well, he could get it done, but he's going to be on the outside again. But if he stays where he is, he will actually be again on the inside. Coming in to 8. Great battle here. Our leader's in, Pablo. He did get it done, Love Rocket. Great move. So up to 8th place he goes, but Smith sit right behind him, and Firepower's also there lurking around in 10th. I think Smith is going to have another go at Love Rocket down here. 9 and side by side again. Smith, it's like a little bit more pace going into 9, and he's gonna, if he keeps it tight, will keep it. Oh, he's gone way too deep as Smith, has he? Well, actually, oh, that was okay. Looked like he was going really hot in there, screeching the tyres, and I thought that was it. I thought he's lost it, he's missed his braking point there, but fair play to him. He kept it going on the right line and keeps it in 8th place, ahead of Love Rocket in 9th. So this little battle going on between these two, and Love Rocket trying to switch back now. This is a perfect move, again setting it up through 13 down to 14, and he's on the inside. No, he still didn't get it done. I thought he had it. I thought he'd already passed Smith going into 14 here, but he didn't. Love Rocket finding it hard to get past Smith at the moment. Smith doing a terrific job at defending. Firepower's also now having a little sniff around, and it's time for him to make a move maybe. He's staying well out to the right-hand side here. Now he switches it over, tries to go up the inside of Love Rocket, but we know that doesn't work through turns 1 and 2. So they all stay in a line through 3 into 4. What a battle this is. Who said you can't have fun at the back here? Great racing. Firepower, as I say, he's still there. But these two still battling it out. And actually, we've had a change at the top. I think Ady's now taking the lead over Pablo, and I think that was actually because Pablo came in. I believe he did. He's on the hard tyres, so we did miss that. But he came into pit lane. I did see him come in. I did mention it actually. So he's lost that lead now to Ady, who's the medium tyres, presumably now to the end. Have to keep an eye on his fuel, but he goes over the line to stop lap 17. With Pablo going over the line now on the hard tyres. Now, will Pablo run the hards to the end, or is he just going to do the minimum requirement and then chuck on another soft or medium tyre, a 3-stopper? Nothing to say you can't do that. It's Carlsberg in 3rd. A good job there in 3rd as well, and he's left Tiddy Milk behind, hasn't he? Because he's out on the hard tyres now, so perhaps he's been in as well, with Ginger in 5th, who's catching him. And in 6th place, he's got both of Tiddy and Ginger in his sights now. So what can he do? He is on those soft tyres, but he's wearing them out very quickly. He does hold that fastest lap as well, 2:01.48. So he has taken that fastest lap from Ady. So on those soft tyres, he's clearly pushing. So what can he do? But the trouble is, he's pushing so hard, them tyres are just going to shred to bits. He's not going to be left with much. Could come to the point where he gets right up close and in a position to pass, but he's just not got the tyre to do anything with it, and he's going to have to come in. I assume he's going to have to do another stop, because those tyres are not going to last for the rest of this race. I mean, he's still knocking out fastest sectors, so he could improve on his current fastest lap time, but the tyres are not going to improve. We'll stay with Bandit. I mean, there is a little bit of glitching going on in his car, a little bit of lag, but I'm going to gloss over that, and let's just see. Certainly catching these two ahead of him. Just want to see if he does get the fastest lap. Looks like it to me. Looks like he's on pace for another fastest lap, and this could be a 201.48. Was out of 201.6, and not quite. Just lost a couple of tenths there in the end. But certainly on the charge, but we think he won't last very long on those back. DB's in then from 7th. That will push Smith and Love Rocket Rods and Firepower through to another position. DB coming off those hard tyres now. I'm losing track of who's coming in and how many stops people are doing. But I assume that DB, that is his second one, I'm assuming. But whatever, he's down there in 10th. He's only just going into his box. Rick there, coming round the final corner. And actually, he might grab DB here, and he does. So he does make a spot up. Into 10th place goes Rick. Oh, no, hang on. No, he doesn't. He's still saying 11th. So, no, he didn't quite grab him, did he? Not far behind, though, is Rick. So he has caught up with his competitors now. Looked like he was going to grab that 10th place, but DB was in and out fairly quickly. So what's he's come out? Yeah, so he's chucked on softs now for this final stint. This might be the second time he's put these on, but whatever, this is through to the end. He's obviously just chucked in enough fuel to see him through to the end. Damage from Rick Dubby's hit the wall somewhere, and yeah, that's game over for him. Pablo's in from second, so Pablo has done the minimum tyres, is what I thought. So 80 is actually going to increase that lead up top. Oh, and is it the, what was that? Was that a bit of glitching, or was that, it was a bit odd, wasn't it? Let's have a look. Going along in a straight line, he just kind of hit the barrier, but I think that might have been a glitch. Let's have a quick look. It's along here. He comes over to the wall here. Doesn't hit it, does he? He does hit it, but then he looks like he's, I'm not sure, that's a bit weird, that one, but it looked like he hit it, but I think that's a bit of a glitch there. So Pablo in, and he's just done those minimum requirements, hasn't he, on those tyres. He's going to lose second place as well to Carlsberg. And Tiddy Milk and Bandit and Ginger, they've all streamed through, so Pablo's dropping spots here, but he's going to presumably come out on those soft tyres and just blast it to the end. Still not in it, still not out, is he, Pablo? Let's have a look. Where is he now? Just leaving now. Where's Smith? Oh, there's some way behind there, not going to trouble Pablo, so he's going to come out in 6th place then, as Love Rocket does finally get that job done on Smith, and that's taken him a good few laps to get that done. But he's finally done it here on lap 18. Up to 7th he goes. Smith into 8th. Firepower still sitting there in 9th. But Pablo is out in 6th place, and he's got them soft tyres on, as I predicted. Just enough fuel. Still doesn't look a lot of fuel, but he knows what he's doing. He's driving it. He can see the gauges. So his team obviously think that's enough. So all the way to the end now, he knows he can get 6 or 7 laps out of these soft tyres. So let's just see where it takes him now. So he's in 6th place now. What's 80 doing? Where are we with 80? Well, he's on the medium tyres. He's obviously out in the lead. It looks like he's got enough fuel as well, because it's about the same as what Pablo's got in after his stop. So yeah, I think he'll be okay. I think he's got this one wrapped up, even at this point. I often get these things wrong, so I mean, don't quote me on it, but it's looking pretty good for 80 at the moment. Carlsberg, this is a brilliant performance from Carlsberg. This is certainly going to be one of his best ones here in the championship so far. He's in 2nd place. He's got no pressure really from behind. Bandit's next up. He's on medium tyres. He's got enough fuel. Tyres maybe will become an issue near the end of this, but if you can maybe just do a little bit of saving on those, then he might be okay, you know. He might get himself on the podium. It would be a great result if he can. Bandit in 3rd, as we know, but he's on those soft tyres. Fuels are okay. Tyres may not be. He's going to be pushing them right to the end here. Bandit is not going to have a lot left on those if he does leave it to the end. Ginger up to 4th, another good showing here from Ginger. Again, probably his best showing so far as well. to 4th place, medium tyres. He's looks like he might have to come in though again, just to change those tyres. Let's see do something about those. There's Pablo. Now he has made a place up already into 5th place now. You know what Pablo's doing, he's just on a charge on those soft tyres, so we'll just leave him to get on with it. Tiddy Milk in 6th, or half a second for him. So he was up there, wasn't he, to start with, fighting up them top 3 like he normally is. Just dropping back a little bit now, 6th place for Tiddy. He'll be okay, he has got that penalty, but that's not going to affect his position. He's got no one close by, immediately close by behind him, so he's not going to lose any more spots at least, but I think he's going to be getting much more than that though, as things stand. He's on soft tyres as well, so he can run all the way through now. Love Rocket, 7th place, and we know eventually got past Smith, didn't he? He's on the mediums, got some damage. Love Rocket on the front left. Smith still finding out with him though, and he's there in 8th. He's going to have a go, a lot more pace there, Smith. Bit of slipstream there as well, gets himself down the inside here into 9, and again, a good move from Smith. Yeah, Love Rocket just struggling to get that turn. So up to 7th goes Smith. Thanks Smith again for the replays. Just noticed he's got the standard livery on his car. That's the GT7 glitch. There's always at least one car that's got the standard livery on, even though it hasn't, if you know what I'm saying. Love Rocket Rods in 8th. Firepower in 9th. So he's just sitting there, he hasn't really got himself fighting with these 2 yet, has he? Medium tyres, he'll be fine to the end. All these guys will be fine, they're all on medium tyres, and they've all got enough to see them through now as they start lap 21. Another 4 to go. Pablo, just noticed, has just put in the fastest lap of 2:01.4. That's what soft tyres and an empty track in front of you does. I was not gonna catch 80, but he might, if he really carries on pushing the way he is, catch up with 2nd and 3rd place Carlsberg and Bandit, and there's Bandit right on the back of him. Carlsberg, that is. Now he's looking for 2nd place, so let's see. Remember, Bandit with those soft tyres on, looking worse for wear there. They're both not the greatest of tyres, so this is see who can slide it. And actually 80's in, so 80 has decided he's got to come in as well, so maybe that was a fuel issue. Sure, actually, or is he just not run the hard tyres? Maybe he's not run the hard tyres. I haven't really been catching. Oh, and Carlsberg, that's a similar thing to what happened with Love Rocket Rods and the Bandit again, and that was Carlsberg diving in. So 80 and Carlsberg in. Now this is playing right to the hands of Pablo as he comes down into 14. He could grab 2nd place here. Bandit's gone through into the lead. Who he is. Pablo's going to grab 2nd. Now where are we in terms of these two? 80's just leaving now. Does he get ahead of Pablo? 80, or is he going to come right? There he is to the left. Does he get it? No, 80's just grabbing 3rd. Now, no, Pablo does get it round the outside, and into 2nd goes Pablo. We know what Bandit's tyres are like, so can Bandit win this on unbelievably poor looking tyres? We've got Pablo on in 2nd now on those softs, which are looking fine. Then we've got 80 on the hard tyres. He obviously hadn't run those, so he's left them to the end, and looks like he'd be fine for 3rd. But Bandit, what's he going to do on these tyres? He's in the lead. He's got 2.5 laps now to run. Might be okay, you know. He might have actually worked this to a treat. He's obviously pushing him hard to get onto the back of him, but Bandit at the moment looks like he might have got this. He's going to struggle to get that car turned, so he's going to be a little bit slower through these slower sections, all these turns, but if he can just roll it through some of these and not use so much of those, so much of that tyre, then he might be okay, you know. He's coming to the end of lap 22 now. About a quarter left on his front right. And he's going to have 2 laps to run when he crosses the line next time. Just coming through the final couple of corners now, Bandit out the other side. Oh, and there's Pablo now. He is really catching. You'll see Pablo appear. There he is in the background. So he is staying out, Bandit. There's no point in coming in now. He might be able to grab. He'll certainly be grabbing a podium, won't he? Whatever way you look at it. Pablo there, though, he's looking strong in second place, and he's, you know what he's after. He's after his 4th victory on the bounce. As long as he doesn't pick up any penalties. Tyres are looking good. Fuel's looking good. I think Bandit's going to struggle to keep Pablo behind him. Pablo's just closing that gap at every corner here on Bandit. Through 7 into 8 now. Where's Bandit? He's just coming out of 8, and there's Pablo, so there's your gap. Not much in it at all as they both head up this back straight. On board with Pablo. Let's see. There is the Bandit ahead of us. Still a reasonable gap for him. But he's going to be a lot slower coming through this left-hander, is Bandit. Pablo can really put the power on, use all the track width over the timing line. Not worried about that now. All he's worried about is the Bandit ahead of him, if he can do a nice clean lap next time, the final lap, that will be the final lap. Then he could be in with a shot of getting a victory. Bandit's doing a great job though. He is closing in. Pablo certainly on the brakes as well. But Bandit, he's still there. Let's come out of that now. Let's see, there's 80. He's going to get 3rd place. I don't think he's going to get any better than that on those hard tyres. Then we've got Tiddy Milk in 4th. He's improved, doesn't he? He's got himself on, or up to 4th place. At one point, he dropped down to about 6th or 7th, didn't he? It looked like he was out of it, but looks like he's just going to be off the podium here. Ginger in 5th. He's had a good race, Ginger. So to stay in 5th place is excellent from him. Colesberg. It's another good race from Colesberg. 6th. If he stays there, we'll be sure he'll be happy with that. Love Rocket still in 7th, ahead of Smith in 8th. They've got past him again as Love Rocket up to 7th. Then Firepower still sitting there in 9th. DB in 10th. Rick Dub we know in 11th. But we've got to go back to this battle at top. Bandit still leading it. Bandit unbelievably coming through. Got about half a lap now to run. So we come through sector 2 along this long back straight, up over the rise, down the other side into 9. There's Pablo. He is close, but I don't know now. I'm not sure he's going to have enough. It all depends what Bandit does or what his car feels like through this final twisty part of the circuit. Oh, it does look like Pablo might grab him. You know, he's looking very close now, Pablo. He's going to be right on it now, but we're coming into the closing stages down into 13. Only got 3 more corners to go. This is 13. Then we're going to have 14 and 15. Close consecutive corners. Bandit might just do this, you know. He's going to hold off Pablo. What a great drive from the Bandit. Does he get it stopped here, though? Pablo's, what a good effort from him. He's going to try and get it squared off quickly, Pablo. He's not going to have enough, and that's a great victory from the Bandit. Pablo just going to miss out on another victory, but great race from the Bandit, a great race from Pablo. That's a great finish from them too. 80 will come in 3rd to grab that final step on that podium. Sure he'll be okay with that, happy with that. Tiddy Milk in 4th. just off the podium for him. Ginger in 5th place, good result from Ginger. The best, I think, so far for him. There's Carlsberg again. I think 6th place for him is probably one of his better finishes. So 6th for him, well done. Love Rocket Rodswell coming in 7th and managed to hold off Smith in the end, didn't he? So Love Rocket in 7th. Smith just ahead of Firepower in 8th. Firepower there in 9th. DB will come in 10th. And Rick Dubb, well, didn't start well because of that penalty he had to serve. And but fair play to him. He did keep it going to the end. Must have been a tough race. He had no one to chase, no one to race with. It was almost just doing 24 quali laps really as fast as you possibly can. But what it is, he's going to get 11th place points. Pablo did get the fastest lap in the end of 2:01.443. So congratulations to everybody here in this round 6 at Trial Mountain. First of our Enduros completed. So that is it from me this time around. I'll catch up with you again soon for round 7. Hope you can join me for that. Remember, I'll keep saying it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. That'd be appreciated if you can. And well, I'll catch you again soon. And bye for now.